welcome back to Metaphor. So there was a long little pause, gap of pauses or whatever in the last episode, and I mean I'm just fucking tired right now, right? And just I do a lot, so whew, I shouldn't even turn the game on today because I know that I'm tired and whatever, but we are going to continue on and figure out what we need to do from here on out. So I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, and I actually did look up to see if I was correct about the ending thing. And as far as I know right now, the game does have 4 alternate endings, and I'm not really sure if we can truly count not wanting to accept the truth of us being a prince or not as an alternate ending, because all that would have happened would have been that it would have just given us the fantasy is dead screen, which is pretty much when you game over in this game. So more or less, I think the game is trying to tell you yeah, just shut up and just do the right answers. Otherwise, you're being stupid for no reason right now. But for whatever reason, people do count that as a true ending. So the worst ending, I guess, just by kind of being whatever, I don't want to be part of this no more. And then there's 3 additional endings as well that all take place during the Luis encounter. And obviously, I didn't really read too much into detail about that stuff because we're not even there yet. But just for my knowledge, I know that as long as I stick with the right answers and nothing that seems stupid or wrong, I won't have a chance in encountering any of those endings. And then we can actually get the true ending of the game, which is obviously what we're shooting for, because if I ever do replay this is going to be off screen, obviously in my own time. And, I'm going to experience the things that I want to experience myself. And there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube, I'm sure, because there's always those channels that showcase all the alternate endings for a game. So if I want to, and I'm pretty sure I will because I've done it with every game that does have alternate endings, and I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of binge watch what the choices could have been differently and all that kind of stuff. Interesting to say the least, though. I don't know if this game possesses a New Game Plus either. Most JRPGs usually don't, so I'm going to have to err on the side of saying no for now. But I don't know. I really don't know Atlas at all. I literally just picked up all the Persona games because they're having a Persona sale on Dealmania this month, or at least the first part of this month. So I got Persona 3 Reload and Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5, and I think Persona 5 Tactics as well, or something like that. So we'll see what those games are all about as well. And yeah. So hopefully, I don't know what it's going to be like being that this is the newest thing, so I'm sure a lot of this stuff is, made for the current gen, and they've done a marvelous job with it. So I'm looking forward to that chapter of my JRPG life. And then, of course, going forward, I'm going to have to start integrating the Final Fantasy games because there's a lot to cover in that ground, as I only have 8, and a part of 16, I think halfway through 16 on the channel right now. And 16 just takes a really long time, so it's just one of those things where, I kind of got bored of making it, but I was like, I need to at least upload a few more videos or whatever just to kind of get it going. And then the older classic games and stuff like that, they do take a little bit of time on their own as well. But what I'm going to do is basically just blitz through them just for the gameplay sake. Being that I've played every single Final Fantasy game more than 3 times for every single title. So I don't really care about that too much being a little bit of a cheat playthrough, because like I said before, there's just too much to do. And after Metaphor Refantazio, I am going to be doing Monster Hunter on my own time. I am not making videos for that. Mostly because I don't think Monster Hunter is just one of those things where videos are very interesting. I mean, yeah, it's cool, the fights and the hunts and everything, but it's one of those action RPG games where you just there's a story, but the stories have never really mattered. In my eyes, I've never really cared about a Monster Hunter story, so there's nothing really there to showcase other than just oh, this is how you deal with this giant ass dragon bitch or whatever, you know what I mean? But there'll be thousands of videos on YouTube for that anyway, so I'm not really worried. I just want to enjoy something for once off camera, and then come back and finish off some of the earlier things that I've been doing, like my Dark Souls 3 run, Bloodborne, and stuff like that, because those are still running right now. And I kind of just made videos up until the point, but it's almost near time to complete them, so I can start gearing up and getting ready for the summer of gaming and continue on with my backlog if need be. So that's the plan going forward. I don't know what's about to happen now. I don't know if the game's going to put us in like a state where we have like legitimately over 30 days before we encounter Luis, and if that's the case, then we are just going to do business as usual, complete any hunts, complete the Brylehaven Arena, complete any more of the follower bond ships, and whatever side quests that might remain, we will go ahead and just do everything we possibly can, because this game has been so incredible that I do want to do it justice, in the very least of at least doing everything that it has to offer. Aside from the dragon fight back in the Nord Mines, which I don't think we will ever be able to go back to.
Hold on.
I think that's like the only piece of content that I'm going to actually miss out on. Other than that, we've been doing really good at staying up to date with all of our followers and all of the side questing. There hasn't been a single deadline thing that we missed. And now it's on a grand trad and to see where this story is going to end up going.
Let's move.
You see?
Yeah.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths.
I'm gonna miss this map stuff, man. This map stuff was really cool.
Already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general.
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became
war between
too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Let me just tilt this up a wee bit. What's happening out there?
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you?
Yeah,
I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of rig.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his talents? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I'll tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You've seen Count Luis lie to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing! Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Well, he took off his clamor horns.
From the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back! Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride, instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why didn't His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Because he's an imposter! Just like Count Luis said! You're not fool us again, beast!
Oi, calm down. At least listen. And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paripus like you, and you spit on him. Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juno, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince? I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame! Shame! Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them.
Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi! Over here! Don't bother with them! No talking this one out. You need to run, now!
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. Yeah, I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
All right.
All right, then. All right, then. All right then.
Nonsense.
Luis is the only one.
Smash it all.
Let's move.
Everyone, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff, but under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do if this goes on?
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head-on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. And not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There's gotta be something up there.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, and we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you.
Right.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you...
We're counting on you.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
What to pick?
They should have made Batman a companion. Not his trash.
goodness.
She is such a knight, bro.
Honestly.
Come on.
I feel bad for not using Basilio like at all in the party, but I mean he just came in too late that I can't really. Yeah, unless I specifically need his archetype for whatever reason.
Alright then.
But playing at this difficulty, I'm not really trying to figure out like any strategies or anything, so nothing that I really need to concern myself with. Okay, just made a save. And I'm gonna take a break real quick.
Now.
Alrighty, let's so I think I'm just gonna stick with the prince. I'm not really sure. I don't know, I'm not really sure what to do anymore. Like archetypes are pretty much all filled out except for the ones that we can't reach right now because we don't have like certain bond levels or whatever. But they'll be found out eventually, so we aren't too concerned about that. Let's just go ahead and rest and see what's up.
Good night.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 31 days remain.
Ooh.
To all the people who dwell in this land,
This voice?
soon naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shall inherit the kingdom. I bid thee forget not these words.
Wasn't expecting to wake up to such a spectacle, but I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner. Or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grip.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
True enough. That's what got our Dell and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking. Come to think of it, what do we all stand for, really?
Maybe...
A little I don't really know what everyone's talking about. But everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy. Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different. But you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria. It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps 'tis a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
Right. Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar.
The king's deadline was the dawn of the day of the hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the... Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least one day to spare before the day of the hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets. So Luis is hiding in the floating royal palace here. We have to stop him. I won't accept King Luis. Which one?
Let's put an end to this.
Skybound Avatar Conquest. Head to the royal palace in the sky to save the world from being driven into madness by Luis. This man, with his ruinous aspirations for the future, must not succeed the throne. 30 days and a high ranking. Oh boy. A mission with a deadline has begun. Due to Magla disturbances through the kingdom, the entire country is experiencing dread weather. If that wasn't bad enough, be cautious of inclement weather called blight. The abilities of your followers and their support will be indispensable when it comes to surpassing Luis and being crowned the new king. Use this time to ensure you'll have no regrets when you depart. Prevent Luis's destructive vision and rescue the kingdom's future before the day of the hero arrives.
So?
Smash it all to bits.
Excuse me?
All right, then.
Mister. Wow. Thank you.
Smash it all to bits. All right, then.
I'm about to say everybody should be ready to go now. We have so many days to work with here. So if we look through the list, we probably will gain... No, doesn't really look like it. Hold up.
Where to?
I'm not seeing any new side quests in the older town. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yes, more side questing will begin as we go through the towns. Shit, man. It's only better just to get it all done, I guess.
Let's go.
It's a lot of quests.
Ooh. Hello. Help me, Will.
I guess.
Much gratitude.
Let's give it a shot.
We'll face danger here.
And everything is like infinitely harder now because everything's in dread state. So they're like, if in case you like skipped everything and didn't want to do any of the side questing or anything, they're like, this is your last chance to just like rank up like insanely hard. Even though everything will be miserable and every fight will pretty much cost you like an entire day or something like that. We're just in that panic mode now.
All right, then.
Well, obviously the first things first, and it's going to be companionships and bond levels. And then we are going to go ahead and take on the side questing because they're only better when everybody gives us like their final abilities and all the archetypes and all that stuff. Oh boy.
Where to?
We also have Beetle Man. I need to give him his beetles.
Let's go. Hey there. Oh, wait. Understood.
All right, then.
Let's go.
They really like to borrow on these ideas of like the sky's turning purple, dark, whatever, you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people complain about this stuff because in Final Fantasy 16 it was very notorious that we had a very beautiful world and then it was like completely covered in bullshit in the sky when Ultima basically was just setting up his giant ass crystal in the sky or whatever. So that ruined the entire game for a lot of people then. There's a couple games that do that kind of stuff though, you know? They just change the world forever. But I think what we really need to understand about this stuff is like this is exactly what the game says it is. It is a state of dread. I mean, the big baddie of the entire game is literally about to destroy the world. I mean, what destroying the world isn't going to look like sunflowers and daisies, right? It's going to look like complete ass like this, and you know, you just gotta have to accept it. You know, and we're gonna fix the world. We have to make it look better. So, is what it is.
You're right.
Yeah, partners just want to let's go to the place now. Like, hold on.
Now,
Yeah. I don't really like reading this stuff.
Please.
We are gonna get fucked up, dude.
All right then.
Okay. God, there's so much to do. There's so much to do.
Let's go.
What's up with that? What are the arrows for? Did I like not do questing or something?
That's sure.
Well, I won't be able to until I raise up my other stuff, so that's the whole reason why. Okay. Not really worried about all that right now. We're gonna get the virtues up. That's a given now at this point. We're definitely gonna be getting those going.
Where to?
Okay, Virga Island, yep. Of course you guys would have some stuff for me to do.
Let's go.
Hello there.
Whoa.
I see. That's. What will you do? Let's take a moment to prepare. Thank you.
Let's check.
I see. Be careful. I'll see you again. All right then.
Right. Y'all just want me to do the craziest shit at the end of the game. I get it.
Where to?
Eltaberry Heights. And then we got to check the recruitment center as well for any new hunts. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
So that's what it's come to.
What?
Let's take a moment to prepare.
I'm.
That sounds right.
All right then.
Okay.
That sky looks proper.
Just... Whoa. It's too much. Just... help me out with...
Let's give it a shot. Okay then.
All right then.
So you want my bathwater, you fucking weirdo? Okay. I'll only know that all of these side quests are completed if I pop trophies. That's the only way I'm gonna ever know. So if I'm missing any, I mean, it's gonna be just because they're kind of scattered all over the place and there's no real easy way to tell where these things are kind of located other than just looking through every single piece of the map. Let's check out some hunts. Oh shit, yeah. There's some hunts, alright.
That's a rough.
I see. Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll be alright, come on. We already know what this is all about. This is all just a slog at this point, right?
We'll face danger here.
That's a rough one. Counting.
Got it.
Let's do it.
I'm pretty much just gonna run through all the informants as well, just because I'm not really paying attention to where they're located. But they're all at the taverns and stuff like that, so.
That's a... Counting.
Let's do it.
There we go, everything's lit up now. Bam.
This place.
So 2 full pages worth of hunts, that sounds pretty much right. Unless there's like a third page with like an ultimate final boss or, you know, whatever you want to call it. I keep forgetting what they're called, like ultimate boss or whatever. Super boss.
All right then.
Whew, shit, man. It's crazy, bro.
Let's go.
Welcome.
Yeah, if you want to tackle this end game content, then you really need to like buy that kind of stuff. But like I said, we're not really in no danger of pretty much shit and anything. So let's visit more actually, because all that stuff with Moore was really odd at the end. It's like we were getting pulled away from him, so I don't really know what his deal is anymore.
Now, where was I?
There's a new architect.
That reminds me.
The truth of the matter. Not quite.
No way!
That's right.
Here, kitty.
Oh.
I've been waiting.
His allies can now study royal archetypes. The requirements for royal archetypes are difficult, but they are powerful. Archetypes unique to each ally.
Hello.
That's what the meaning of like it's ready to the person's ready to take on a new heroic embodiment. That's what they were talking about. So like for Stroll, he went all the way through Samurai. I don't know what his... Oh, there it is. The Royal Warrior. What do you mean, question mark, though? Like, I don't...
That is...
Okay. Hulkenberg is the Royal Knight. The Royal Thief. Probably the Royal... Thing, Matt Dancer. The Royal Summoner. The Royal Berserker. The Priest. Yeah, you need all of these dudes right here is pretty much what you need. Ah, there you go. So we need Paladin at 20, Dark Knight at 15, Elemental Master at 15. What is an Elemental Master? Oh, shit. Okay. What could possibly be missing here with him then? Barden, I'm guessing? It has to be Barden. What are you missing? Everything. Everything. Good God, man, there's so much to do now. Okay. Let's see here. What can we summon? And then the final page is the Prince. That's one thing I'm gonna hate is like when you spam X too much, it just kind of rereads that shit. It's like, really? Come on. You don't have to be like that. And they should have popped in a trophy or something for like all books opened or whatever. Some of these shits you don't even have to get.
It will be Lord Louis before too long.
All right then.
Okay, we are sitting at 53 minutes right now, so we're gonna cut the video here. And then when we come back, it's going to be nothing like, okay, I'm not going to do anything with the final battle stuff. I hope it doesn't take all 30 days or whatever, and I'm not really sure how this is going to work. However, the way that the game has been, I need to wait all those days because it's going to be time to take on Luis more than likely. I don't know, because we can just go straight towards the ending like right now if we wish to. But obviously that's not the way I'm going to play this. So I don't know if I'm actually going to just spend all 30 days, or if 30 days given time was just like, you can take like 5 days in one dungeon or whatever, just because of the MP cost and everything like that. I'm sure that's what they were going for. So we'll see, but we're going to clean sweep all these things in only a day's time because, you know, it's on Storyteller, so it's not like we're in danger of dying or anything. Okay, so... until next time.